Hello, ladies and gentlemen, CaptainShack here, and welcome to an early look at Awakening of the Rebellion, a fantastic Star Wars mod for Empire at War Forces of Corruption. You can find it over on Steam, which, by the way, just got an update like 4 days ago, fixing a lot of the save game issues that we've been having for a while now. Anytime you were launching your game, your save game, and it would just crash, well, that was the same game issues, the save game issues, and finally those are fixed. But all right, let's get into Awakening of the Rebellion. So I'm gonna load up the solo campaign. So let's go, actually we'll load up the game that I've been testing. A little bit farther into it, I've unlocked a few more units and talk about some of the new features that this mod has. Now, I've done a campaign on this before. This is an alpha version. This isn't out to the public yet, but it will be coming out soon.
Reinforcement available.
All right, we are in. Let's go ahead and pause the game real quick and take a look around the map. So I'm a few hours into the campaign for sure. I've managed to wage a war against the Outer Rim thus far as the Rebels, taking over a bit out here. Freeing Ryloth, Geonosis Tatooine, and what I have found so far is that the Empire is heavily focused on building up their own economy and building up their defenses before they're really coming at me. I mean, they've done a little bit of light work over here going over Onderon, and that's more recent, and even that hasn't been that big of an attack. They did a small attack on my forces down in the south, which I actually lost everything there and managed to push them off after attacking with a few fighter raids. So the first thing that I've noticed about the mod is the AI has been completely reworked in how they operate. When they attack in force. They do have a chance of beating you. And if you've ever played vanilla or like Republic at War, you know that they'll just keep hitting you with the same numbers and it gets a bit boring. Now, a lot has changed in this mod compared to the vanilla game. You can no longer build mines willy-nilly everywhere you want. Let's go ahead and turn on all the things. You have only a number of mines that you can build and only on a certain number of planets. So there's a definite focus on keeping the economy in here relevant throughout the campaign. At least it has been for me. An early move that I had to do was take over Bespin and then build gas mines on Bespin, which has been probably my best income generator outside of, and I love this, the other way that the Rebel Alliance gets income is from having Bothan spies, having Rebel sympathizers. They'll go out, you send them to planets that have a decent amount of income coming in, have them grab credits for you basically and smuggle them out to the Rebel Alliance so we can buy gear and equipment. The other way that they generate income, I put my mouse over my current income, which isn't too great, 4,600, but you can see where all my money is going. Some of it's going toward maintenance for different things that I built, like ion cannons, very expensive to maintain. Shield generators, again, fairly expensive to maintain. Now this is kind of cool because you're gonna have to think, where do I wanna put those defenses? They're gonna cost me money. Not just upfront money, but money over time. Now, there's another number in there, and I dig this. Rebel camps, I'm getting 1,562 credits per tick, or per week, from just having Rebel camps, and every one of my planets has. And not just for the income, has a Rebel, like we'll go to Camino real quick, has a Rebel camp. Not just because of the income, because this is how you build your infantry. It looks like a barracks from the base game, but what's cooler about this is they work as an income generator. Think of this as like where we're training our soldiers amongst the population. We're training our soldiers here, we're bringing in income here, we're meeting our diplomats here. Also, we can upgrade this building. It's where our defenses spawn, and a decent number of defenses do spawn here, like even in, I think it's the tier 2, might be the tier 1. I know for the tier 2, you get the speeders, you get the snow speeders. That'll spawn there. Also, a few light tanks and heavy tanks. You don't have to worry about having a medium factory and a heavy factory to get those defensive spawns. So it gives you something to work with in every battle. You're not gonna have one of those one-sided fights every time. You'll definitely have those fights where, and this has happened to me before, I've had a large Imperial force or Black Sun force hit the deck, way outnumbering me. But because I had one of those HQs down, or one of these, like maybe the tier 2 barracks, I've been able to take turret locations, and I maybe not won the battle, but I sure as hell gave them a good fight, and they lost a lot of units in the process that they had to replace later on. So definitely awesome, love the balance there. I love how they're doing the defenses. The classic buildings are still there. You've got like your ion cannons. They have added new units to the game. If you're looking at this from the vanilla standpoint, stuff like small speeders with turbo lasers on the back to take out infantry, to saboteurs, rebel infiltrators. or you can sneak onto planets. You've got even your base infantry. We'll get into a ground battle shortly. Our one, everything seems to be new models, so they look amazing, or a new detail added to those models. And yeah, we'll get into a fight. I already did one video on the fact that I voiced a character in this mod, which where was I? I was fighting over the intersections. Yeah, I think so. This should be my fleet. So here we go. I am, I guess, the commander of the Liberation. So we have taken over intersection 3. We'll probably take over intersection 2 so we can control the movement of forces through here. Now the AI, unlike, we'll go ahead and give the order for you to move out. Who's in command of this fleet right now?
Enemy fleet.
Looks like Dantooine's about to get attacked, and Scipio, what? Why is Leia on being, what? Excuse me? Oh, right. Oh, crap. Well, I guess we're gonna see a ground battle. Do they really have Wookiees? Wookiee war parties. Yeah, no joke. Though they're slaves. Oh, I see. I can actually build, so this is one of the things that you can do. Let me talk about this before I forget. Certain planets, and there's a lot of cool bonuses with the different planets, but certain planets like Mon Calamari have, not only can you build the Mon Cal ships a little cheaper here, because this is where they would be built in the lore, but if we switch over to ground forces, a lot of planets have troopers that you can get, special ops guys, or their military. So Mon Cal infantry I can pick up here. If we scroll down to, oh, who else had some? I know, like, what was it? Bothawak, obviously, you can get Bothan spies. Camino, you get troops cheaper because they've, I guess, got the training facilities from the Clone War era. Also, there is a bit of lore there about having an infantry group that was stationed there. This is actually right around where you'll find the character that I'm playing, including the Kota is on the ground somewhere. I don't remember where I have his troops right now. But there's just like different fun, I can't remember, there's another group of infantry, Wookiees, that's what started me on this path. Yeah, if you go over to Kashyyyk, you can actually build Wookiee war parties. There you go, Wookiee war parties, good against stormtroopers, apparently. And that's a big deal, because stormtroopers, there's Imperial, like, army soldiers, which are and then you actually have stormtroopers, which are pretty fantastic. They still have, just like in the last version we played on here, that Rebel 1 modified Providence class. All right, let's go ahead and get into this battle. Now, the reason Leia's way over here, she started out in the south, is because the mission system in this is amazing. If you lose heroes, like you notice Luke isn't on my list anymore because he was taken out on a ground battle. Well, he was taken out in a ground battle. Let me scroll down here. If you lose a hero, rescue Luke. A rescue mission will pop up and you can go and get him back. He doesn't just give you free, they don't just give you free, they don't just come back on a timer. You actually have to go and break them out of prison by doing whatever the objective is. In this one, it is go to Concord Dawn, which is the moon of Mandalore, I believe, and go rescue him because he was taken out somewhere in the Outer Rim during that siege that I've been going on. So you get this whole, like, and this is what I love about Empire War, you get this whole narrative going on. It's like, all right, Luke was captured. We know his transport's heading through Concord Dawn, which is here's Mandalore, so Concord Dawn's right here. This was a former rebel world taken over by the Black Suns and the Mandalorians early on in my campaign. Now I need to take it back. The only forces in the area have been cut off for a long time. We've got a Providence class, Dreadnought, and a Y-Wing. Looks like another Y-Wing. That's all we've got over there. So the closest reinforcements might be Kyle Katarn and his small rebel group, his cell. We could take them from Kashyyyk and maybe move them through the Rochi asteroid belt to get to Concord Dawn, but there's no guarantee we'll be able to actually like break him out. So there's a fun, like, these missions really do add something. And because the credits, we'll go ahead and begin the battle. Because the credits are so well balanced in this thus far, I want to do the missions because a lot of the missions end up with, you'll get 4 squads of infantry. Well, infantry are now 700 or 500 credits. That means a lot to me. Or get Leia all the way over to, or Mon Mothma in this case, all the way over to Mon Calamari, and you'll get some free reinforcements. Well, that was what started the Outer Rim sieges. I needed to open up resupply avenues behind the lines to get her up there because she's not a stealth unit. So I've been fighting a path through. That's why I've been taking those intersections, actually. And this is on the medium difficulty because I wasn't sure how these mechanics would all play out. If we do a campaign...
Yes?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, let's get loaded in here. There are a few small like freeze ups when things are loading in. There's Leia, And there's her personal guard. I like it. I like that she's got the goofy helmeted guard members from like the Blockade Runner. What can you do? You can all throw thermal detonators. Interesting. You're gonna come on back here and secure some locations. Some defense locations. So maybe slow them down over here. Yeah, this is like a tier 1 defense station. Not a headquarters, what's it called? A rebel camp. What do we got? We've got enemy skyhoppers, it looks like. Come on back, come on back. We're gonna need to get over here. We need to get some anti-air. Also, we'll grab a little bit of armor for our ground forces. And hopefully be able to hold out. All right, go ahead and build this. Now, he's done a little bit more balancing. The mod team here, one of the things that they've done, and it was funny that I had kind of requested it, or had started to type the request, which was, can you guys buff the sensor range on the sensor station that you can build? Because it's really useless. And hilariously enough, all right, the turbo laser tower, come on, we have to get this up. If we lose this, we're dead. If we lose this, this battle is over. Come on, AA.
Unit destroyed.
Because you guys are doing good, actually. You're knocking them out. You're knocking them out. Look at this. No! All right, let's go. We're counterattacking. There, the AA is up and operational. Take them down, boys. Take them down. We're going to fight. I don't think we're going to win this, but we're going to try. You'll notice, though, the new units look so good. But anyways, the sensor probe, if you want to call it that. Come on, fall back. Let's not go too deep. And let's grab some turrets and see if we can. Oh my God, they've got artillery. It's real bad. And we lost our other unit. These are all artillery units. Oh no, we didn't. Swing around here. I need you taking out these artillery units. We have any chance of taking them on. Let's switch you over to rockets so we can do a little bit of damage. And move in. No, get close. I bet they have a minimum range. They have a minimum range. We got to get in close. I haven't actually fought these before, but once, and I had the air power necessary with a couple of officers. I had Z-95s and X-Wings capable of taking them out on the deck. Okay, you've almost got them. Keep close. Give them don't get that close. I know they're hover units, but I'm a little scared that you're gonna get run over, and I don't want that to happen. Keep chasing. Okay, don't chase that far. Run, boys, run! Run, Luke, run! So I was wondering if they would buff up. Oh crap! There's the Wookiee war parties. I'm sorry, Wookiees. I'm sorry.
Waiting your orders.
All right, let's fall back. If they would buff up the sensor range. And funny enough, they had already done it. I built one just to test it real quick, and like the sensor range is so much more useful. And you'll notice that a lot of the game's issues you probably had have been fixed or changed. Ground battles feel great. The AI doesn't, oh God, look at all that incoming. Can we get some more, okay.
Our base is under attack.
I like that he's got that, the color of the camo actually changes based on the world you're on. It's just a neat little detail. Oh crap, here comes that artillery. Okay, we gotta get up there. We can't wait, we've gotta move in. We'll do the damage we can. How are they seeing that? I wonder if they built a sensor relay. Oh, you would be down there. Incoming! Come on, get closer. Keep pushing forward, we've gotta kill this. Okay, kill that one, it's right here in front of us. Rockets away! Come on, boys, no! Ah, there goes the barracks. All right, well maybe we can pull out a couple more kills because the barracks is down. Oh, what's over here? Is there a capturable? Oh, it's a mercenary research point. That's basically what that is. Okay, you need to move unless you can start shooting rockets. Run. Oh, we're so dead. And there's a defense turret over there. What left us? That's all we got left is a couple of infantry. Yeah, all right, we're out.
Situation
fall back.
All forces withdraw.
Damn, they took this planet. I think we fought over this planet maybe twice now. But this time they came with a new mix of units to actually take it. So they've been pushing up from Dathomir, so I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point. Probably maybe combine my forces at Dantooine and Telos and hit them. Maybe hit them at Dathomir, because they probably got their fleet here. Anyways, let's get back to the space battles. Let's get into a space battle. So I'm gonna check who's in lead of the fleet here. Nah, nobody. We'll put,
tactical battle.
What? Oh, right, we started a battle down here. No, we did not. Actually, this is a mission. So there was a couple of planets, this one, and I believe it's Endor, Yeah, that have missions attached to them, so you can't go there right away. So I had to send a hero, and this is still a work in progress, by the way. That hero, Ace as Amin, I guess is his name. I had to send him here, and now it's started a battle. I have no idea what this is going to be. Ace Amin must steal a Lambda-class shuttle from an Imperial space dock. In this mission, Ace must prove his abilities to infiltrate an Imperial spaceport and skillfully maneuver the Sabra and the shuttle. A successful accomplished mission is vital to the survival of the Alliance. So there's a whole bunch of cool missions and cutscenes that'll play when you take certain planets. If you guys remember in the last campaign I did, there was a cool cutscene for like taking over Bespin. One of the objectives that they start you off with, your main objective, is to take over 4 planets in the core worlds. Oh, neat. If you take over those planets, and I haven't done so yet, you actually become the New Republic. Imperial Outpost 327, the Tsar system. Oh, there's the Lambda shuttle. Oh man, this is so friggin' cool. In-game cutscenes. I haven't seen this in a mod yet for the Galactic campaign. We're exactly there. We're where we're supposed to be, above the planet Tsar, next to the trade route. So then we proceed as said. We'll try to sneak into the supply convoy, so our chances of getting into the outpost undetected will be much better. Ba-bum, 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 bum. Go through the debris field, I'm guessing. We can hide among the asteroids. Shall wait for the next convoy. This debris should protect us from detection. Now, in a video that I did earlier this week, I told you guys that they were hoping to get... there we go. Let's move out. We're stealing a Lambda. Apparently aboard the Falcon. I like the new model for the Falcon, too. That's nice. I told you guys that they're trying to get voice actors for all of the roles, because a lot of the... do we just need to hide in the asteroid belt? A lot of the voices were still in German. Well, as of yesterday, the majority of them have been full because of that video. So, okay, switch your systems to standby. Leave only life support and sensors operational. I'm gonna assume you did that because I don't have that button. So we are just a piece of space debris. Just a piece of space junk here. Don't mind us. Bump, 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 bump. Just waiting for a convoy. I'm gonna get a little closer to the edge. No, I can't. I don't have control anymore. All right, fair enough. Here we go. Here comes the convoy. So it's cool though. There's like random missions in this. I don't know if I want to play through the whole thing though. 2 hours later. Let's see if we can steal the shuttle and get out of here. Ah, here's the convoy. They've added in, as a unit that the rebels can build, they've actually added in the transports, like the ones that were on Hoth, right, when they were evacuating. And they're support vessels that can repair subsystems. So they'll actually repair your, and they'll also, I think they'll repair your like Corvette ships that don't have subsystems. Okay, there's the convoy. So they're coming in below us. Among these freighters, we're not going to draw any attention to us, and they have no escort, so there shouldn't be any problems getting into that convoy. Bring the Saber back to its normal status. We should hide at the end of the convoy next to another Corellian freighter. All right, let's go. Where is this Corellian freighter? Oh, there it is, Corellian freighter. You know, don't mind us. We're just coming out of the asteroid and joining up with you guys. There we go. There we go. The convoy's right ahead of us. How old this game? It looks great. The mod team's doing a fantastic job. All right, stick with them. Convoy approaching. Da-da, da-da. A fair warning, I am a bit biased. The rebels are my favorite faction, so. Coming into the spaceport now. Just fly casual, it's fine. All right, we're gonna end this here. It's very cool, but we're gonna end this here. I can't actually just bail out, so we'll load a different save, because I want to get into a space battle for you guys to see how they've balanced out the ships, how well they feel. Let's go ahead and pause real quick. I still pause the game when I'm giving out orders or figuring out what I want to do, but the battles aren't so constant like they are in Republic at War. You don't feel like you're constantly being like attacked over and over and over again to nauseam. All right, here we go. We're gonna move in the fleet. I do have home 1. We'll just auto-resolve that so we can get into a proper battle. Do this. Now, you'll also notice a couple of, before I run into this, a bunch of extra buttons here. These are actually, if I click on a planet, filters. These are filters because you're gonna get so many units on screen that you're gonna wanna be able to filter out, you know, certain, let's see. I guess they're supposed to be able to filter these out so you can see like whatever you wanna build. Interesting, doesn't seem to be filtering anything for me right now, though it was earlier. All right, beginning the battle. Those buttons aren't normally there. Planetary bonus here. Hover vehicles are unable to function on this planet due to the electrical storms, acid rain, and mud. Therefore, you cannot deploy them, which is a big deal for the Rebel Alliance because the majority of our ground armor at this stage, the ones that I can build, especially over in this area, are all hover-based. They're repulsor lift-based, so wouldn't be able to bring them in. It'd be a lot of infantry, and I guess it wouldn't, yeah, it shouldn't affect air units, so I'd probably still bring in like an officer. Then one of the best things about this mod for ground battles, and I think I know I've mentioned this a lot in the first spotlight I did, the last version, is the officer unit that can spawn in air support. The air support that I always expect the rebels to have, Z95s, X-Wings, and use them in ground battles. All right, so unlike Thrawn's Revenge, where they've just gotten rid of the Fog of War system, basically, everybody's got max range. In this, it still matters. It's very important. You drop in a bunch of Z95s, you're gonna find your fighters outside of ones that are designed to be scouts. I think the long probe Y-Wing has a longer range. I haven't actually used that in a battle. I've just used it to spy, but notice the fighter sensor range, not so great. Corvette, not bad. If we bring in a Dreadnought, much better. So picking and choosing what you're going to use to scout with, pretty big deal. Especially with some of the ship's ranges, you'll notice that their big heavy cannons will fire at a decent range. We do have our flagship here, the MC-80 Liberty. We can bring in, we're probably going to need to. It doesn't look like the Black Sun had a fleet stationed here, so we're gonna be dealing with whatever the defenses come out of the station. I didn't even look at what level it was. Come out of hyperspace, look at this beautiful MC-80. Launch all fighters and prepare for combat. Dropping off our A-Wings. A-Wings have a new ability now. Instead of just having, well, they've got an engine boost, so they can really book it. Or if you've got incoming missiles, they have a fantastic ability to jam sensors, and that's it. When you first read that, what I read was jam sensors like what? It makes me invisible on the radar or something? No, it's jam hides units from enemy radar is what it says. What it actually does is it throws missiles off their course. So these guys are your anti-missile like interceptors, not only for fighters. Let's go ahead and keep moving in. There's a few description things that I guess need to be changed, like if I have any here, the R41s, I guess I don't have them. Yeah, I guess I don't have any in this fleet. They kind of look like this ship, a little bit different. They have rockets, and in the description it says they have torpedoes, and the rockets are fantastic at taking out enemy fighters. This, I actually believe this is probably one of them, isn't it? Right here? Yeah, R41 squadrons. So I built a bunch of those thinking that I could do a raid on a Imperial Star Destroyer, thinking I could save a little money on Y-Wings, and not so much, not so much. We did end up managing to disable some of its subsystems, but the rockets just aren't that good. But that's kind of the fun of figuring out what unit is good against what. So now I'll build those R41s. They're cheap, they're fast to build, way faster than building X-Wings, and I can use them as like a frontline cheap, just way of knocking out enemy TIE fighters, or in this case, Black Sun ships. Let's go ahead and start the battle. I'm gonna tell my two heavy hitters to get ahead and move in. We'll bring in a bulk cruiser for a little bit of fire support. There is our repair ship. I will bring in the repair ship just so I can show you guys. Let's keep the Blockade Runner. This mod still has its showing you where the unit is going. This is amazingly useful for how bad, look how close that the Dreadnought's gonna get compared to the Moncal ship for getting in range. He's also got a lot of ion cannons, I believe, so he'll be able to take out the shield really, really quickly, so I'm not gonna bother trying to take out its subsystems. You can still take out subsystems. You guys aren't really ready to start this fight. We need to bring in more support, so let's bring in a bunch of Z95s. I found that they buffed up Fighters survive a lot longer unless you stick them under their guns of something that's just designed to wreck them. Let's go ahead and move you up. Let's bring in a Nebulon B. That'll bring in, I think, a single fighter squadron. We'll bring in some more anti-fighter support now that we've got them kind of in the box. We could bring in some T squadrons, I guess. But fighters seem to have gotten a buff. As long as you keep them in a smart location, they won't get wrecked by everything under the sun, and they will fight for a while. It makes it far more valuable. It feels that way. Go ahead and just escort, just move up. And then X-Wing, go ahead and move up. Moncal ship, how you doing? You haven't even kicked on your overshield yet. You're doing just fine. You can see we're taking out a couple of modified Byzantes up there in the top. But the fighters last longer, and the thing that I love about this is because they last longer, I don't mind. Let's go ahead and jam sensors here just in case they're lobbing any. Move you out of here. Get the repair ship in range, potentially. They're a little bit deeper than I wanted to go. You guys need to start chewing them up. We may actually lose this Dreadnought because it's taking a pounding. I should have sent the Moncal in first. It's far tankier. Since we're falling back, let's have you hard to starboard. Get within range of these enemy fighters and start to chew them up. Because the fighters last longer, I don't mind building them. I always felt like a waste of time in about every other mod that I have played in because they die so easily. But in this, I feel like if I really want to, I can grab my squadrons, look at their health and say, okay, well, I want you, go ahead and fall back. I want your squadron to survive, and you're gonna get out of the fight while the rest of you, chew them up. Feels great, especially as the Rebel Alliance, where you're so focused on fighter combat. Also, the bigger ships won't get those lucky shots on your fighters to the point where they can almost defend themselves. Star Destroyer is very weak to small craft. It needs that support fleet. It's why it has that giant hangar bay, and you feel that playing this with the balance that they've got. If you can get an ISD by itself, and this is what happened to me in the South, I was attacked by a large fleet. I went in and I baited the fleet around the map a little bit while having my Y-Wings knock out their fighter defenses, right? Their small corvettes and their frigates that were designed to take out fighters. Well, I would kind of just drop on them or hyperspace something much larger next to them, take them out. We all would run and then raid again. In the second raid, almost all of the anti-fighter support was gone, and I was able to do a fighter raid on 2 ISDs without any of its support but its hangar bays. And my X-Wings and a couple of A-Wings were easily able to take care of business with a ton of squadrons of R-41s because of their rocket capabilities. This does read torpedoes, though, so hopefully that gets changed. It does say what it's strong against, though. Strong against fighters, so I could have just looked down there and gotten an idea. It looks like I built a ton of saboteurs on Hoth. I think I had a plan of sneaking in here, but there's tons of mechanics here. How you get your money, the way that planets are more important because of what planet they are, not just so you can have more spots to build mines. I love that. Bespin is making more money than I think any other planet on the map right now. I'm stealing credits from Coruscant and Corellia and what is it? A few of the other major planets. The one that's a gambling planet, I don't remember where that one is. I think I sent some people over to the Wheel to steal cash. So there's a lot of fun here going on. The 3 factions that you're fighting against, the Empire obviously has control of the core worlds. The Rebel Alliance is scattered. I know it looks like I've got a lot of territories because I've taken over the majority of the Outer Rim so far. They put up a decent fight. There's my fleet. There's my ship right there. Let's see. You've got the Black Suns. I have not played with them yet, but from what I have fought against so far, they've definitely got some really cool units. And you'll recognize a lot of those units. And the other minor factions are a bit uppity. It took them a little while, but this northern faction, and I forgot who these guys are. I forgot now, and I asked about it too. But they've come at me, and they've come at me some old Clone War tech. So yeah, it's a lot going on here. I will put a video out as soon as this goes live to the public. I will definitely do a video. I'm probably gonna do a let's play of this version because I'm having so much fun with it. And now that I know that the save issues have been fixed by the developers, now we can get in and just have fun with all the mods without have to worrying about that. It's pretty great. Oh, it looks like the Empire is actually taking the fight to the Black Suns. Interesting. For fun maps, a lot of the maps have been reworked. One of my favorite fights that I've had so far was on Geonosis. I've already captured it, but what was awesome about it was both sides in the fight had droid spawning factories from the Clone Wars. So we had this crazy like droid fight where instead of using my troops, my front line was droids coming out of the factory and I was just sending them at the enemy. It was actually it was a neat twist to just a normal ground battle. So pretty good stuff. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more sci-fi modding goodness. Links to all of the things for this mod are in the description below, so head on over to their MODDB page, head on over to their Discord if you want to get in on the voice acting portion of this. I think they've got a couple more units that still need voice actors, if you've got the tools and the talent. All right, guys, I will see y'all in the next one. Later, everybody.
Reporting.
Tactical battle imminent.